In 1985, Tom Holland wrote and then made his directorial debut on Fright Night. At the time, blending horror and comedy was fairly new, nothing like it is today as a staple in the movie industry. Fright Night follows Charlie Brewster, played by William Ragsdale, a suburban teenager who loves horror movies. When Charlie gets a new mysterious neighbor, Jerry Dandridge, played by Chris Sarandon, he becomes convinced the man is a vampire responsible for a recent string of murders. The police and Charlie's friends, understandably, don't believe him. Charlie finds a washed-up TV star who played a vampire hunter, Peter Vincent, played by the legendary Roddy McDowall. Peter and Charlie make it their mission to stop Jerry Dandridge before Charlie's own family fall victim to the supernatural being. Upon its release, Fright Night was widely loved by critics and audiences. The blending of horror and humor along with strong performances by Sarandon and McDowall elevated the movie. The unexpectedly effective heart of the film was in the friendship that develops between the two leads. Fright Night also had some impressive and innovative special effects for its day. A weaker script may have led to viewers dismissing the movie as a silly parody of the genre. However, the use of classic vampire lore injected with the fresh energy of 1980s cinema makes it a classic. With a budget of just $9 million, which is relatively small even in its day, the movie was a huge commercial success. It grossed $24 million domestically. Its success led to a sequel 3 years later, though the sequel failed to deliver on anything the audience loved about the original. In 2011, a remake was released boasting an incredible cast. The movie actually wasn't bad. For a younger audience, if this was your first time seeing the movie, you would really enjoy it. But for older audiences with affection for the original, the remake feels unnecessary. Fright Night found its place in pop culture. It helped breathe new life into the well-worn vampire genre and was a foundational block in the horror comedy genre. Without Fright Night, movies like The Lost Boys and Buffy the Vampire Slayer, along with the Buffy series and spin-off that were leagues more successful than the movie, don't exist. Social Studies follows a group of friends through high school. The story is told through the prism of the 90s cartoons the creators grew up on and love. It's a comedy written like a sitcom and exaggerated with our own unique style. If Nickelodeon knocked on our doors and said they wanted our version of a Nicktoon, this would be it. We explore themes of friendship, belonging, and self-discovery. These themes are wrapped in an excitingly hilarious package. With a unique blend of storytelling, vivid artwork, and relatable characters, we are confident you'll find something to love about Social Studies. The stories are loosely based on the creators' own lives. Artistic liberties are taken to heighten the stories, comedy, or drama, or, at times, to make them slightly more believable. Chapter 2 is a wild ride. New love interests, first dates, old enemies, grudge matches, new friends. We get out of the school and let our characters loose on the wider world. The whole thing wraps up with an extra long Christmas special, just like the ones we all grew up loving on TV. Whether you're a new reader around the same age as these characters just entering high school yourself, or you're looking for a hit of nostalgia from when you grew up, this is a ton of fun. This is another movie that I saw much later in life. I watched the 1985 original in 2011 when I saw that there was a remake coming. I saw the original first, so I had nothing to compare it to, and I really enjoyed it. It's not one I revisit very often, but it's always in the conversation when the topic of classic horror comes up. What are your thoughts on Fright Night? Drop a note in the comments. Did you like the sequel? Did you like the remake? Is it because of nostalgia, or is it a movie you discovered later in life and just appreciate what was accomplished?